Hello and welcome back to the channel and to the flybridge of Dreamcatcher. Today we're going to be having a look at the start checklist for, I guess you'd call it medium-sized boat motors, because there are some bigger, but these lessons will hold true for all motors really. If you're ever using a large motor, especially a diesel large power plant or something like that, you really should be doing these things and making sure you're not going to bust your engine there. And a little quick fact about boats, or in this case ships. What is the difference between a boat and a ship? Well, I will tell you later on in the video. I bet it's a bit more obscure than you think. Anyway, let's get into it.
This boat, the engine room is underneath the stairs. Requires a little bit of muscle. Pick the stairs up. Take your rag, get down on your knees and crawl in. This one looks a bit tight, but in fact it's a lot better than most engine rooms.
You should never have looked at that Halverson.
Oh, that was...
Hold on, let me, can I get in there?
God knows, can you get by there?
No, you might have to come out for that one. What are you doing here?
Alright, well this is the gearbox. Now, really you're meant to check the gearbox after it's been running, because the idea is that the oil in the gearbox splashes all the cogs, obviously. But anyway, we can't do that. This is the oil for the port engine, and we have to pull it out, clean it, stick it in, pull it out again, and look and make sure that it's above the little notches. And then we crawl down here, and at the front of the engine,
I'm coming in. So let me get in spot.
We've got water tanks. You just check that there's plenty of water in there.
Is there a mark on them?
Yeah, well,
you
can't see it, but it's right around the corner, but you can see through. And there's a little water tank on this. This is the generator. And
Sorry, let me get around this. There we go.
some of these things are always a bit awkward. Oil might be a bit low in that, but we're not going to worry too much. If you ever need to put water in here, the problem is you can't get to it, so we devised this method of, we just keep that bottle out. And then this is probably the most awkward of the dipsticks.
Clean in here. It's nice and clean.
Yeah, so like this boat's been well looked after. I mean, before, a long time before I got involved with it. And then we have to try and turn ourselves around and go out, because we just got to do the plastic, the gearboxes. So if you're much bigger than me, you might have a problem even turning around. But some boats have despicable engine rooms, which are absolutely impossible to crawl into.
Again, that one's just between.
Now you're also meant to look down these things, but I can never see anything down them. So these are the oh, you can see the water. So this is the water inlets, and these are what happen when you make a mistake. You have to be able to close this off, because otherwise the boat will fill up with water. But that's the water to cool the engine.
Important. And there's
one here, which I sometimes, I don't know, a jellyfish or something crawls up the bloody hole and clogs it. You know, this is. And if you're a good boy and you want to stay friendly with your engine, you'll do that whenever you set off. So I wouldn't normally do it, a second time on the same day, but if I'm more and go off the next day, I would do it. It only takes a minute or two, and it's a good precaution.
Okay, so let's run through that pre-start checklist. Now this is for each engine, and all these things are for each engine. Don't worry about writing this down as well, because it will be in the description below, and you can just copy and paste that and print it out for later use. So you got to go and check the oil level is between the low and high mark on the dipstick. Same thing for your gearbox fluid for both motors, or each motor you have in the boat. Some have many, or some have one, or some have none. The water level on the engine reservoirs needs to be above the low mark, and the water intakes for the engines need to be clear of blockages. That'll ruin your day. Make sure you check your generator, its oil and coolant levels, or check your house batteries have enough charge in them. Otherwise, you could end up being disappointed when you get out there. Next, we turn on the vessel's essential systems.
And then we have to prepare all these bloody switches. So trim tabs on, horn on, stereo on, bilge pump not on, freshwater pump on, deck on, windlass on, autopilot, electronics, toilet on, blower on, engine room lights off. Range not on, water heating on, engine room lights off. There's a 12 volts and a 240 volt. I'll turn the air conditioning off now, and we can go upstairs and prepare the boat.
Yeah.
So one of the things we
There's
also
a
have a
trick.
look at is, over here is the gauge. It says we're full of water. We're only going out for the day, so we wouldn't, otherwise you'd, even though it says it's full, you'd top it up.
Okay.
Neatly tidy it away. Not very neatly tidy it away.
It is.
Whoop. There we are. Boats are full of lockers.
Good boats are.
Boats are full of lockers.
Their boats are full of holes.
Keys go in. Keys don't go in. Keys go in. A wise man does the following: checks that is actually got no throttle, checks that is in neutral. And the way you start these things is always to do port engine first. So turn it on, it screams at you. Wait until that screaming goes away. And onto the starboard. So that's all done. Set up the fish finder.
Pressures are all come up. Voltages are up.
Set up the chart, turn on the sim rad because it tells us where the rudders are. 0, 0, so they're straight backwards, which is what you want. And the low speed, turn that on.
I'll go check
And
the
now we go
exhaust.
down and do the ropes.
Hold on, I'll just check the exhaust. Ideally, check water's coming out. Might be a better shot. This boat has a slight list.
Look, you've got me on
Okay.
the opposite side.
And that is what you want to do when you're checking out your boat. Yeah, I'll see what else I can add into the video or into other videos coming up, depending on how long this takes. Thank you for watching. Please be well there. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you again. Oh yeah, do you like the cheap survey glasses? Be well.
Okie dokie, let's go through that post-start checklist. So, you want to listen to the sounds. Oh, that was a power spike right in the middle of the recording. Alright, so you want to listen to the sounds of the engine. Make sure you're familiar with, if you are familiar with them, make sure they sound like they usually do. Any untoward sound there, you're on ditch. Second, you want to check that water is being expelled from the exhaust and the exhaust doesn't look different from normal. Exhaust that is coming from a diesel engine that is very white, fog-like exhaust has extra unburnt fuel in it, and black has a high carbon content. This could be normal for your engine, it may not be, that's up to you. You want to make sure that your voltage gauges are reading above 13 volts or very close to it. Switch off ship onto ship power, offshore power, because yeah, you'll be annoyed if you don't. And As you're going along and as you're warming the motor, monitor your oil pressures. Check their nominal if you are familiar with them. Otherwise, you'll want to just make sure that they're not extraordinarily different from each other, or going very high after some running, very low after some running. Just keep an eye on them, and that can let you know if something's going wrong. Anyway, that'll do for that. I hope you have some happy boating out there, and let's wrap this up. Hold on, wait a minute. You thought I was going to end this video without, telling you what the difference was. Well, a ship can launch a boat. So that makes this a very small ship. There you go. Anyway, thank you for watching. Be well out there. Catch you later.